play.
Welcome back, viewers, to another episode of Let's Play Sacred 2 for the PC. With me, Bezlonir. And the end is near. Not really. We're on we just beat chapter 3 of this game. And there are, in this game, 8 chapters. Not all of the ones that remain are particularly long, but, let me see. Okay, I think I want to cross this bridge. What we are going to do today, although we are, cordially invited by the game to begin Act 4 of the game, we're going to just go ahead and, do the Easter egg quest. So we're doing the Easter egg quest, which is kind of a neat quest. So it should be cool, right? Sure. You do agree with me. I promise you. You agree with me, whether you realize it or not. You agree. Said the narcissist. I don't know. So, picking a path through this area is a little difficult. I've only done this once, and now that I think about it, I think there's a... So that was a fire elemental, which is one of the few things that my Dryad is weak to. They do fire damage. Unfortunately, the Dryad's buff gives them incredible physical armor. Like, what do we have here? We have 740 physical armor. I would guess I had a Dryad around this area, level, like the Dryad that I have. That, you know, whatever. They would probably have like 2,000 armor because they have a really powerful buff. But that really powerful buff, unfortunately, has one really terrible weakness, which is fire damage. What do you do about that? Well, typically, the answer is just to be very aware. Because my Dryad also has an ability that allows her to regenerate her, basically her entire hit points every second. And that lasts, I think it lasts around 8 seconds, normally. You can increase the duration with the last of the 3 modifiers, so that means you gotta put 3 points into it, and then you can modify it to increase the cooldown, and that is good because, not to increase the cooldown, to increase a thing. It really is hard to play and think at the same time. It increases the duration of the spell, which is a temporary buff, yeah. And that would allow you to keep it up permanently. Although you'd have to refresh it fairly regularly. But it's very powerful, so it's worth it. Don't know if I had a point there. I don't know. It's been a long day. Worked 8 hours last night, and now I am at home relaxing, but this is after I spent about, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours photoshopping. So, unfortunately, it's been a while since I photoshopped, and I think I used to know some easier ways to do things, but like I'm reduced now that I forgot, I guess, to having to like just kind of do everything manually, which is yeah, it could be worse though. I do remember a decent amount.
You will not do that again.
Well, that's nice to know. Yeah, it's hard to die more than once. Let's see. We're going in a good direction. Oh, well, let's just kill these guys first, then we'll see that. You know, despite whatever the quest is or what they tell you, the main goal of this game is just to kill crap and get experience out of it. But, so this Easter egg quest, perhaps, I don't know if you'll recall, we picked this up in Thylisium, and the first Easter egg is in the temple up in the north of Thylisium. I think I'm getting that name right. Thylisium is the first really big town that you go to. So I'm not going to take this resurrection portal because well, actually I may have a teleport near where I want to be, but I think there's also a dragon over here. So if I find that dragon, I'll probably put that in this video because I suppose I might as well. But at the moment, I am going to take a drink from this cold beer that's right next to me because I am in my room and it is very hot. The person hiding in my room and spying on me agrees that it's very hot. I've never exactly had a stalker, but I have had moments where it felt like couple of people were being a little stalkish. Like, somebody showed up at my job and they were like, "Hey, buddy," and I was like, I don't remember telling you where I work. I was like, okay. Alright, well, alright. It's weird how, like, it's something about, like, you'll meet people, if you can say that, on Facebook, and it's like, I guess you went to high school together, but it's like, I don't remember them from high school, but then somehow you, like, start talking to them, and then you're like, "Hey, we're gonna hang out now." Even though I don't really know you. Okay, I remember this. So, this is this, like, little farm. It's, this kind of odd, little crossroads over here. So there's, like, two, fence gates that exit this. I don't know what's going on at that farm. I've never really been there. Why would I want to go to a farm? I don't need any vegetables. I don't eat any vegetables. Fuck that, man. What has a vegetable ever done for me? Except for that carrot that once gave me a slight amount of rectal pleasure. Ha! No, that wasn't me. But it's nice when somebody else divulges an embarrassing factoid of their life or something like that, and so you can pretend like you've never done anything embarrassing. Because I was like, I knew this guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I stuck a carrot up my ass," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's fucking crazy! You're like the weirdest person I ever fucking knew." In reality, like, sticking a carrot up your ass really wouldn't make me blink an eye. You know? Let's just be honest. You know. Let's just be honest. It wouldn't... Yeah. No, you know what? On second thought, let's not be... let's not be honest. I'm gonna not be honest, and you go ahead and you just don't be honest. And let's make a pact to just not be honest. How about that? If you've had something up your ass, that's fine. And, you know, if you're gay, well, that's completely understandable. And if you're not, then we're going back to rule A. It's fine, and I'm not going to judge you, but I don't really need to know Any more than I need to know that you, like, banged a 18-year-old on your, like, weekend or whatever. I've never really, like, cared too much for people's, people always, like, feel compelled to share this story. They're like, yeah, I went out on a date, banged this girl this weekend, and, you know, like, well, it's partially because, like, when I do get some, usually it's comes with its own share of, like, I don't want to say embarrassment and shame, but it's usually with somebody that I'm not gonna, like, go bragging about. So, Easter Cult Gatherer wants to kill us. I think these guys will probably give a lot of XP because they're quest guys. So apparently we made level, and I'll apply that eventually. And we'll just pretend like I'd never even talked about things going into butts. You know? She's gone from suck to blow. Yeah, whatever.
I understand the Seraphim. This is almost sports-like.
That guy has life leech. Because I know I don't have it, and I just saw the animation. Oh, maybe it was whatever that thing is. The missile that he had? Yeah, okay, so they're shooting something at me. These guys aren't, like, really particularly strong or anything, though. Here rest Drog and Mersha. Oh. Alright. But this is, I mean, well, there's not, you don't get a video at the end of this quest line, the way that you do with, the other one, but it's still pretty cool, you know. Okay, I'm way too used to my Dryad that's a little more slow in a lot of ways. So, wait, there was a giant chicken in the Easter egg. Ah, so, okay, I should show this. You always get this from these guys. Bunny Ears of Might. Which actually, oddly enough, I think may be an upgrade. A little hard to outdo that damage physical, but... So I will show you what this looks like. As we have our bunny ears. Unfortunately, yeah, I'll take the buff off. Now you can see our bunny ears and a giant chicken with its, like, pixelated cloaca pointing at us. Temptingly. I'm not tempted. What are you talking about? I was never tempted. You heard nothing. Sadly, I do believe that I have in my lifetime, unfortunately, thanks to the internet, seen a picture of a human man engaging in some sorts of liaisons with a chicken. Thanks, internet. Thanks, internet. But, internet, I can't really blame you, because I decided I had to see all of the worst stuff that was on the internet. That was our game back in the day. We found it amusing to find all the worst stuff on the internet. And, well, we found some of the worst stuff on the internet. Probably not all of the worst stuff on the internet. That would be something else. I don't know. I don't have any money. At this point, I almost feel like it's a good thing that nobody's ever going to watch my videos, because there's a lot of weird stuff going on here. Okay. I'm not sure if that dragon is over there. I'll check on my other character. We might go over there sometime. I don't know. Maybe if I continue this LP onto another difficulty, then we'll check that out. Okay, we gotta go this way. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I believe I can touch the sky. But he might punch me in the eye. I believe I can fly high. So we'll just make our way over to the next area, I guess. It is remarkable how good our defense is. That's really something. And we one-shot a bears, so that pretty much tells us that we have awesome offense too. Only thing I might wish is that this main spell that I had speared through guys a little more. Because sometimes like all the needles will hit the guy behind, and they won't hit the guy in front. Animation time is a little bit long on that AoE, so it's one thing that sometimes you have to be careful of in this game, is committing to a long animation, because the animation mechanic, I guess if you will, is definitely unforgiving. There's no way to cancel a mechanic or animation, and most of the animations start off really long. The only way to make them shorter is to invest points in, I believe, the lore skill of any combat art skill that's pertinent to a combat art that you're using, or alternatively the weapon skill for a weapon if you are a melee type of character. If you personally are a character in a video game, then, you know, that's how that goes. Also, it ain't easy being cheesy. If there's anything that's true in life, it's that. It is not easy being cheesy. Trust me, bro. Have you ever tried being cheesy? Just for one day. Just give it a try, man. You don't know how hard it is being cheesy, man. I think I got stunned there. So you gotta watch out for some of these big guys, they'll stun. And once again I confused myself and I thought that my spacebar was my health potion. Because I'm really used to using spacebar in my other character to heal on account of the fact that she has a heal spell and I've attached it to the spacebar. So I almost never use potions with that character. I am burping. Yeah, a lot of these big goblin guys can stun, so that's something to watch out for. I think you can use potions when you're stunned, but you can't, if you have like a healing spell, you can't use that. Because when you're stunned, you can't use spells, not because there's like something else going on. It's like, you're like, as you're playing, there's like some like 10-year-old making up the rules of the game. He's like, no, you got hit. And you're like, no, I didn't get hit. And he's like, yeah, you did, you got hit. You gotta stop playing. And you're like, I didn't get hit, I dodged. And he's like, nuh-uh. So basically, I figure, because you know, you probably did that when you were a kid. You were playing like chiefs and Indians or whatever. Fucking racist. Anyway, you know, and you probably had that conversation. So I think, basically, I think that conversation that we probably all had is the reason why Dungeons and Dragons was created. You know, the origin of the rule set was to settle the dispute over whether or not, you know, somebody got hit. The basic experience, I think, is like the same, you know, just a bunch of people pretending to be dragons and stuff. No. as I'm saying that, I do have to mention I've never played pen and paper D&D. I did know some people who played it, but I never wound up playing it myself. As it so happens, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't really know. Depends. I don't know what you want to hear. I don't have to fight all these big groups of orcs, but it's good XP, you know? This is what I love about this area, is you can just, like, grab 3 or 4 huge groups of mobs and round them up and just AoE the crap out of them. So this big guy over here is another example of, like, the kind of guy that can stun you. They also, I think he has a blizzard spell of some sort. And I don't think that one's particularly powerful, but a lot of these abilities get more powerful as you go up in level and go into higher difficulties. I don't know that from experience, that's what I've read. So I've read a fair amount on this game. That's become a thing ever since I played World of Warcraft. You know, when I play a game, I tend to, you know, go and read up on it or whatever. Don't always do that, but it really depends on, like, you know, how into it I am, I guess. So we have a lot of mobs here. Get off a couple of these things and we'll cut down on their numbers quite a bit. Yay, XP. That's what I love about this area. It's just like an XP fountain, especially at this level. And as you can see, it doesn't take me that long to carve through a big mob. I guess mob is singular for a whole bunch of, you know, how would you describe them? Hostile NPCs? But for some reason I like tend to use it as a plural. But you know, actually, which is an annoying thing people say way too much. Certain people, not all people. I lost my train of thought. But whatever. If you lose a train of thought, it probably was just bound for nowhere good. Alright, do I really need to go this way? Yes, the road just curves around, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. I have no idea what I was thinking earlier when I lost my train of thought. Well, I can't exactly rewind time and find out what I was talking about. That would be useful, though. Like, talk about, like, mundane uses for, like, the Prince of Persia time reversal ability, which I only know through, like, gaming popular culture. I haven't actually played that game, but it would be useful if you could, like, back up 10 seconds in a conversation and, like, remember what you were talking about. Like, listen to yourself and, like, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. You start going, then you go, beep, 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 beep. That's like the sound of you rewinding, and then. So I guess that would have meant you were talking like. People are like, you're literally talking nonsense. Like, you're literally talking nonsense right now. Well, I guess that happens. It's been said, shit happens when you party naked, I guess. I guess I have partied naked. I was gonna say I haven't partied naked, but I guess I have. It wasn't my idea, though. God damn it. Though, oh man. If we talk about admitting things that are embarrassing, oh boy. Then I could really get into that with the partying naked bit, but I won't. These things are for me to know. Everybody has their own secrets, you know. Then why bring it up? You're like the person who like reads the comics and they're like reading the paper, or they're like browsing the internet on their phone, and they're like conspicuously like, haha, haha, ha 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 ha, and like there's like a group of people around and everybody's like, all right, fucking hell, what's funny? You're laughing so loud, you obviously want to share what you found funny, and I'm probably not going to think it's funny, and your feelings are going to be hurt. You know. They're usually like a hipster, you know. Even, like, there were definitely hipsters before hipster was a thing. You know. But I was thinking about this the other day, and I think, like, you know how, like, you look back at, like, footage of the 70s and like you know the style that I'm thinking of, and like all those people who are like rocking that style just look like total assholes. Like they look like total assholes. Like they all look the same, and you're just like, what the fuck were you thinking? Huge sideburns, crazy ass bullshit clothing, you know, whatever, stuff like that. And you're just like, my god, that seemed like a good idea to you. So I think hipsters are like that of our time. So my theory is like in 10 years or like 15 years maybe, hipsters are going to look like assholes. They're going to be like the ones that you're just like, really, dude, really? Okay, so basically all you have to do is talk to that guy and you will teleport to Seraphim Island. But I am going to use the vendor here. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna just go to. I'm just gonna prevent any lack of continuity, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the boat to Seraphim Island, because as soon as you get to Seraphim Island, there is a little resurrection monolith. So I want to use that before I end this video. Video is a fun rap lyric. You always gotta like it when people add that video into their rap, because it's well, you know, it has 3 syllables, so you know how that goes. You know how that goes. What are you talking about? I don't even know. Yeah, so I don't have to activate that portal, but for some reason I decided to anyway. Anyway, yeah, this is Bezlonir signing out of another episode of Let's Play Sacred 2 for the PC. And, I turned my sound off. I wonder if that turned off my mic. So there's my sound thing. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you next time, viewers. So, until then.